Old money families in Africa, how long have they been around for and how long have they been rich for? I'm going to start with the Kenyatta family in Kenya. Now, the Kenyatta family is the family of Jomo Kenyatta, who was the first president of Kenya who led the country to independence. Now, one of the things that Jomo Kenyatta promised to do when he became president was to redistribute land to dispossessed Africans, people whose land was now occupied by white settlers in Kenya. And he did this by something called the Million Acre Settlement Scheme, which was designed to help ordinary Kenyans purchase land from departing white settlers. Now, what happened was those with political connections, including the Kenyattas, used state-backed credit to amass huge estates. And by the end of Jomo Kenyatta's presidency in 1978, his family controlled roughly 500,000 acres of land, which is more than the total area of London, making them the largest landowners in Kenya. And I mean private landowners. Now, a very, very key part of this story is Mama Ngina Kenyatta, who was Jomo Kenyatta's fourth wife, as you can see in this picture here when they were younger. Now, at this time, whilst her husband held about 4,000 hectares of land, Mama Ngina herself reportedly owned over 115,000 acres, which were scattered across the country. Her portfolio included a 13,000 hectare ranch in Kiambu, where they were from, and she even had many tea plantations in estates near the Tanzanian border. And even in the 1970s, Mama Ngina became an active investor, holding stakes in coffee plantations, coastal resorts, and even charcoal. In fact, declassified US intelligence later reported that Mama Ngina, as well as her stepdaughter, Margaret Kenyatta, were amongst the biggest ivory and charcoal exporters in the 1970s, which was after their official ban, but they benefited through their special government licenses. So this was in the 60s and 70s, but fast forward to the late 80s and 90s, the family got really involved in banking. They acquired a major stake in the Commercial Bank of Africa through NK Investments, and by the early 2000s, they controlled nearly a quarter of the bank shares, making them the largest shareholder. You also have Mohoho Kenyatta, who's Jomo Kenyatta's younger son. He's also the son of Mama Ngina Kenyatta. And in 1993, he started Brookside Dairy, which was just then, at the time, a simple milk processing plant. It later grew to become East Africa's dominant dairy company, controlling nearly 45% of Kenya's milk market by 2009. And the family just became richer and richer. They got involved in buying more hotels, media outlets, all that stuff.